big win to snap a 3-game losing streak. What impresses you most about what you guys were able to do tonight?
Uh, just obviously just snap that losing streak that we was going on, and obviously we had details of just playing hard and just trying to block out the outside noise. So that's what we did tonight, and hopefully we can just keep it going, build off of this.
For you personally, you've now have over 9,000 career points and 600 steals. Just what do those milestones mean to you?
I mean a lot. I mean a lot. Just growing up, I know it sounds cliche, but just didn't think I'd be in this position. But to now, scoring that many points in the league, and steals and stuff like that, it means a lot. It means I'm somebody in life.
Terry, this rotation has changed a lot. You've gone from starter to bench. Kel'el got big minutes with the starters today. Your chemistry with Nico in that second unit seemed really special today. What's it like running with him? And do you guys think now maybe you guys might be able to get a nice sort of second unit chemistry going there like we saw in that third and fourth quarter tonight?
Yeah, just trying to play good, with each other. Nico's easy to play with. So you're just trying to build that chemistry and keep building it. Ware has definitely, been super helpful. So, Coach had mentioned it earlier, just how our second unit gave us a boost. And, we'd be talking on the bench all the time how we can go in and try to impact the game. So we was grateful to do that today.
Tyler, what's it like to see that different dynamic with Kel'el and Bam there? I mean, you guys have been a small team almost the entire time you've been here. What's it like to all of a sudden, whoa, we're a big team?
I love it. Feels, not for real, I do love it. It gives small guys like myself, protection behind us, definitely on defense and at the rim. And then it gives a different dynamic offensively, too.
What do you think unlocks for Bam just on both ends?
I think defensively is where he'll impact the most. I think having someone that can protect the rim and Kel'el, allowing Bam to kind of roam around and, freelance a little bit and just be everywhere on defense. Now, if Kel'el's not in the game, it's harder for Bam to roam and do his thing when there's no one back there to protect the rim.
Tyler, there was almost a point where we thought Stephen Castle might follow you into the locker room. What's it like to be face?
He picked me up in the garage,
Did he?
actually.
I figured that.
When I got out of my car, he was actually waiting on me.
What's it like to be face guarded with that type of respect from an opposing team and literally to have a guy in your grill like that? What was that like at the start of the game?
Starting to be an every night thing. I like it. It's a sign of respect, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna wear my uniform in my car next time, so when I hop out the car, I'm ready to roll right away.
Got a valet? What was it like to play with another big like that for an extended period? How liberating was it? And sort of what do you think that might do for the team going forward to show that you and Kel'el can play like that?
It just gives us another dynamic to our team, man. It's finally trusted the process, I guess. But it's one of those things where, he finally committed to it. It worked, and now I feel like it'll be something moving forward. You might get a couple DPOYs out of this thing, a couple all defensive teams out of my young fella, man. So biggest thing for us is just enjoy this win, but understand we still got to keep going, keep leading each other, and stay together.
Yeah, how does that look?
Yeah, he little boyed you right there.
How does that look with Kel'el change things for you offensively? How do you have to adjust in the lineups?
At that point, he probably gonna be in most of the pick and rolls, but depends how they're guarding it. They have the 5 on him, they have the 4 on me. It's more likely when I come in the screens, they're gonna switch. And then obviously over the top, and then if somebody steps up, it's either a dunk or a corner 3. So, we've already had these things implemented in our system. It's just now I got a big to throw a lob to every once in a while.
How much have you guys been working on that behind the scenes? I know we haven't seen much of it, obviously, but how much of that has been a work in progress?
First time.
You guys had a season high on 3-point percentage today. I'm just curious, how does it feel when you guys are having that energy, the ball's moving, and shots are falling? What do you notice from your teammates in those games?
I mean, you notice how everybody touches the ball, we're swinging the ball, we're making the right plays. Every once in a while we'll get stagnant, but to be able to play like that all the time, we're a hard team to beat, man. And I want us to keep this mindset, keep this joy that we have to keep collecting these wins.
You mentioned defense. Is it kind of a good change of pace for you to be able to kind of guard the perimeter a little bit more in that type of big men?
I get back to switching a little bit, guarding my yard, not being in a drop zone all year. So it's a good switch up for us.
Tyler spent, I know the story was the two of you, but Tyler today was getting face guarded a lot. He's getting pushed out even to half court at times. What do you guys have to do offensively to help him when he's getting face guarded that aggressively?
Understand it's a different dynamic for him this year. Understand, like, he is the vocal point of a lot of scouting reports now. So for us, it's understanding that, he's got to play kind of like Steph. You might not get the ball, but go set a screen, go screen somebody. That's how you're going to get yourself open. So me and him had that conversation during the game because he was like, man, what am I supposed to do? And I was like, just go screen for somebody. Like, literally, if they're going to face guard you, just go screen for somebody. Somebody's going to be open. And, obviously the game laxed up. People relaxed, and now he's getting all his go-to moves. He's getting in his rhythm because, he's a phenomenal shooter. So, like, you got to respect it.
Kel'el, we sort of all been waiting for that moment of you and Bam for an extended stretch. Boom, all of a sudden we look in the second period, it's you and Bam. What was it like to get your first extended run with another big, and sort of take us through your night, please?
It was exciting. Me and Bam, been wanting it to happen, and just for it to happen, we have to, make the best out of it for the first time, so we can show people what it looked like a little bit.
What do you notice like around the team when the energy is like flowing and you guys are hitting shots like that? Everyone's pointing to each other on the bench and whatnot. Like, how do you enjoy guys like when you guys are hitting shots so well?
I mean that's it. When you hit shots so well, it just automatically comes. So, and the more energy you bring, the more shots start falling. The more the defense pick up, and it's just an all-around effective. So,
Spo mentioned that you guys had behind the scenes been working on that pairing a little bit here and there just to get ready for the moment when he was going to use it. What are sort of the finer points of it, the details that you guys have had to refine before debuting it?
In practice he would do, certain spurts with me and Bam, just see what it looked like, and just trying to test it first before you actually, test it in the game to see. So I feel like, that was really it.
Kind of going through that experience of where, I imagine this wasn't really the plan going into this game, but could you just kind of talk about the matchup of just facing up against a guy like Wembanyama and obviously have the talent that he has?
I wanted to take that challenge, from the start. So I just wanted to, it's my first time playing against him. So, just trying to figure him out a little bit, go at him a little bit and, just play the game I've always been playing.
Last few weeks, like you've been getting more extended burn, you've been leading the team in field goal percentage and shot blocking. How has your confidence grown as your playing time has grown?
I put in the work every day. Literally every day. But so when I get in the game, I'm not gonna second guess anything. I'm just gonna like I just said, play the game that I play and I've been playing.
You mentioned offensively, but defensively, Bam's obviously been playing drop and 5 and moving into the 4. What do you kind of see defensively with you two, and what do you think the upside is there?
I would say the upside is definitely where if, say someone is, trying to attack him to the basket, if he wall up, I can come block it, or, vice versa like that. And, being able to switch how we did today. Like, if, pick and roll comes, the man comes off, he's going down at me, I'm just going to stay down there, just switch that Bam, stay on the other man. So.
Because of what Wemby means internationally, and the game that you did against him today, you think probably a lot of people globally start knowing you from today, and what means that for you?
I said it one more time.
What that means for you? You did a great game against Wemby, so it's a great exposure internationally.
I feel like I wouldn't say it was just a great game against Wemby. I feel like it was just a great game in general. So I just played the game that I've been playing.
Probably people knew the rest of the Heat players, but not you. So for you, how important is to be known also globally?
Okay. I would just say, if they find out who I am, sooner or later, I'm always gonna get better every game. So my name is gonna get out there a little bit, but I'm not really worried about that though. So.
After the second period, you guys found that chemistry and that click. Do you think that you can keep that moving forward?
Yeah, of course. As long as we continue, to stick together and, just play as one and play as a team.
All right, thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, that was definitely the initial spark to the game. They just were tremendous defensively. That kind of ignited the energy, for the group, and then we were able to get some in transition, and then, our offense obviously started flowing from there. This old head coach has been trying to get the team to connect the dots. Usually when we defend and we play with that energy, the basket gets bigger for us. Our offense hasn't been where we've wanted it to be all year long. But it has been in the games that we've been able to defend for the most part. I know a lot of teams say that. But they were dynamic. This is something that we've been slowly starting to work on. I know that Kel'el, generates a lot of opinions, out there. Let us do our job. Let him do what he's been doing. The initial thing was to develop him, get him comfortable in a role where he could really impact the game. And the second unit has been coming along. It's been one of our bright spots, the last several weeks, and he's really been getting comfortable in that role. And what he's done with his play and his ability to impact the game is earn more. And that's what you're seeing. That's what you want all players, to do. Earn more, make us watch you, make us have to play you, make us have to think about not playing you, make us continue to figure out other things and just keep you on the court. And that's what he's doing right now.
Coach, you guys had your best actually 3-point shooting game of the season and second most assists. Like, what are you noticing when the energy of the team is so high and sharing the ball and the basket's falling and
basically what I just said. The ball finds energy. With us, it's also the ball feeds off that energy, our defensive energy. It just kind of creates the karma for the game, for us, which is not exclusive to our team, but we really, we can be dynamic defensively, and you just feed off that energy. The ball was moving; it definitely helps when you're making shots, but there's an unselfishness, to this group.
Guessing you probably didn't plan on playing Ware and Bam together for that long of a stretch, but was the reason you kind of did it was because of the matchup with Wemby, and then as a matter of just them playing well and wanted to stick with it?
Like, it was working, so we need some obvious decisions right now. There's a lot of complex decisions, that we're trying to make. If there's something that's obvious, and it's working like in a big way, let's do it. That's when I say make us have to play you, that's what that lineup did. Couldn't go away from it, in this game.
One more in the lineup. It seemed like Dunk was a pretty big beneficiary of the group. He came out a pin down from Kel'el, come up to handoff from Bam, and it just feels like he just has space to operate. What do you like about kind of the shooting you could see from Dunk?
It's really important if we're going to do that, to be able to have him and Tyler just running around and creating some overreactions. Bam and Kel'el, have such a willingness to be screeners, and Kel'el's really worked on the details of his screening, not only pick and rolls but catch and shoots, which was unique to us. He's gotten a lot better in the last few weeks, and so they both have those kind of habits where you can still find your spacing by running those guys off screens. Tyler also was a beneficiary of one with Bam on a pin down.
I don't want to make assumptions about how much you'll use those two together down the road, but if you do use it more, how does it affect Bam, and how will Bam have to adjust on both ends of the floor in that grouping?
Defensively, he can adjust easily. Offensively, look, we've been working on this, behind the scenes, just a little bit each day, just to get him ready, to feel comfortable, to be able to do it and be successful. We don't want to do things and it fails right away. They'll figure it out. Right now, like defensively, that just looked like it was elite. So if I have to lean into this thing defensively right now for our team to get to another level, I will. And that could be a path. I mean, that we'll dive into this, but that looks like a path where we can find some higher success, at least on one side of the floor, and we'll figure it out on the other side, whatever we have to do.
Seems like Nicola, like when he's locked into the game, like he adds obviously like another layer to the team, and obviously like he had some DMPs earlier this season, but when you have gotten him back into the rotation, like he really adds another layer to the team. Like what can you say how he stays locked in to being able to be prepared for extended minutes and production?
Yeah, that's been part of his development, is learning how you do anything is how you do everything, and he's still a young player, but he's found a role also. Coming off the bench, he can process things. What's what's the feel of the game? What's needed, and he's been a really important spark for us off the bench. A large part of that is because of his versatility. We can kind of plug him into a lot of different roles on both sides of the court. But I'm encouraged by his growth, and I'm encouraged that he's been able to find that role of being a spark for us. All right, thank you.